Ever tried holding water in your hands? The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips away. Relationships can feel the same. The more you try to convince someone to stay, the further they drift. And the craziest part? Sometimes the act of persuading someone to be with you isn't just unproductive, it's downright heartbreaking. Let me hit you with a gem of wisdom. Don't chase people. Be an example. Work hard and be yourself. The right people will come to you and they'll stay. Will Smith. Let that sink in. Now think about this. Why waste your energy convincing someone of your worth? Deep down, you already know you're enough. The right people will see it without needing a presentation, a checklist, or endless justifications. If you're pouring everything into proving you're worthy of someone else's time, have you stopped to ask, am I even giving myself the love I deserve? Here's where it gets real. Convincing someone to be with you is a distraction from you focusing on what matters most. You. Yeah, you. You're the main character of this story, and you're spending your screen time trying to play a supporting role in someone else's life? Nah, we're not doing that anymore. When you realize your worth, you'll stop giving discounts. So here's the switch up. Stop convincing. Start attracting. It's not about begging someone to stay. It's about being so grounded, confident, and true to yourself that the right people feel magnetized to you. Are you ready to flip the script, to own your worth, walk with confidence, and let the universe do its thing? This is the start of a brand new mindset. No more convincing, no more chasing. Hit that like button if this is already hitting home. Subscribe if you're ready to dive deeper into building relationships that value you for you. And drop a comment below. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you had to prove your worth to someone? Let's talk about it. Lesson 1. Stop explaining your worth. Start living it. Let's get one thing straight. The moment you start explaining your worth to someone, you've already forgotten it yourself. Think about it. When you feel the need to convince someone to choose you, whether in love, friendship, or even at work, it's like saying, hey, I'm not enough on my own, so let me list all the reasons why I should matter to you. That's not love or connection. That's desperation wrapped in self-doubt. But here's the truth. You don't owe anyone a pitch for why you're worth their time. Your value isn't up for negotiation. You don't see diamonds at a flea market begging for attention. They simply exist in their brilliance, and the right people recognize it. That's how you should be. Now, I get it. This is easier said than done. The fear of being alone, of being misunderstood or undervalued, can push us into over-explaining and overcompensating. Let's flip this situation around. Imagine you're the one being convinced. Someone is constantly explaining why they should be in your life. Doesn't it feel off, forced even? Genuine connection doesn't need that push and pull. So what should you do instead of explaining yourself? Live your worth. Build your life in a way that reflects who you are and what you stand for. Here's a practical step. The next time you feel tempted to explain yourself, whether to a friend, partner, or boss, pause. Living your worth doesn't mean arrogance. It means quiet confidence. It means knowing you bring value to every room you walk into, whether others acknowledge it or not. So let me ask you, are you ready to stop explaining and start living your worth? If this resonates, drop a comment below. Let's talk about how you've reclaimed your confidence, or how you're planning to start. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more lessons like this. Your journey to self-worth begins here. Lesson 2. Let rejection be redirection. Rejection stings, doesn't it? Whether it's a breakup, not getting that promotion, or feeling left out by friends, it's like the universe slamming a door in your face. And in that moment, it's easy to spiral, to question yourself, and to think, what's wrong with me? Why wasn't I enough? But here's a truth that can transform the way you see rejection. It's not the end. It's the start of something better. Let's be real. Rejection hurts because it's personal. It feels like someone is looking at your whole existence and saying, "No thanks." But the reality is, rejection is rarely about you. It's often about mismatched timing, misaligned values, or simply someone else's inability to see your worth. Imagine trying to force a puzzle piece into the wrong spot. It just doesn't fit, no matter how hard you try. That doesn't mean the piece is broken. It just belongs somewhere else. Take this, for example. Think of all the times you were rejected or overlooked. Maybe it was a relationship you thought would last forever but ended abruptly, or a dream job you didn't get despite giving it your all. Now, look back. Can you see how those no's led to new opportunities you hadn't considered? Rejection is simply redirection, a course correction to set you on the right path. The problem is, we tend to fixate on the loss instead of the lesson. We cling to what we wanted and miss the bigger picture. Rejection is often the universe clearing the way for something better. Here's a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing rejection as a wall, think of it as a detour sign. Yes, the road you wanted to take is closed, but there's another way forward. And who knows? That detour might lead you to a breathtaking view you never expected. Have you ever faced rejection that later turned into a blessing? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to like and subscribe if this message spoke to you. Let's keep growing together. Lesson 3. You teach people how to treat you. Here's a hard pill to swallow. Every time you let someone disrespect you, overlook you, or take advantage of you without consequence, you're teaching them it's okay. Yeah, that one stings a little, but it's true. Now, I'm not saying it's all your fault if someone mistreats you. People have their issues, and some will disrespect you no matter what you do. But here's the kicker. It's your responsibility to decide what you allow in your life. You can't control how others behave, but you can control what you tolerate. Think about it. If someone consistently shows up late to plans, ignores your boundaries, or speaks to you disrespectfully and you say nothing, they assume it's no big deal. Here's where the shift happens. You have to show people how you expect to be treated by treating yourself with the same respect first. Set boundaries and stick to them. Speak up when something feels wrong. Boundaries are not walls to shut people out. They're fences to protect what matters most: your self-respect, energy, and emotional well-being. And here's a secret. The people who genuinely care about you will respect those boundaries. You are not responsible for other people's reactions to your boundaries. You are only responsible for setting them. So how do you start teaching people how to treat you? First, reflect on where you've been compromising your values. If this resonates with you, take a moment to think about where you need to set boundaries in your life. Share your experience in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons like this. You deserve to be treated with the respect you show yourself. Don't settle for less. Lesson 4. Your energy is your currency. Spend it wisely. Let me ask you this. If you only had $100 to spend every day, would you hand it out to just anyone or throw it at meaningless things? Of course not. You'd budget it, prioritize what's important, and save some for what really matters. Now here's the truth bomb. Your energy works the same way. It's a limited resource, and if you're not careful about where it goes, you'll find yourself drained, frustrated, and wondering why you feel so stuck. Your energy is your most valuable currency. It fuels everything: your work, relationships, passions, and even how you feel about yourself. But too often, we give it away carelessly. If you're constantly exhausted or burned out, it's time to take a closer look at where your energy is going. Are you wasting it on people who only take and never give? Are you pouring it into situations that don't align with your goals? Or maybe you're spending it on things that bring you no joy, like endless scrolling on social media, or worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. Start by auditing your energy budget. Take a day to reflect. Who or what is draining you? Are there relationships, habits, or commitments that leave you feeling empty? Be honest with yourself. It might not be easy to admit, but recognizing the leaks in your energy is the first step to fixing them. If you've been feeling off lately, consider this your wake-up call. Your energy is too valuable to waste. Start spending it on things and people that truly matter. Drop a comment below. Where's your energy going right now, and what's one thing you'll change to protect it? Hit like and subscribe if this hit home for you. Let's build a life where your energy flows toward what truly lights you up. Lesson 5. The power of walking away. Your silence speaks volumes. Here's a truth that hits hard. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is walk away. No arguments, no explanations, just your silence and your absence. It's not weakness, it's strength. Think about it. How many times have you stayed in situations that drained you, hoping that things would magically change? Maybe it was a one-sided relationship where you kept giving, but the other person couldn't meet you halfway. But here's the thing. Every time you stay in a place where your value isn't recognized, you're silently telling yourself, "This is all I deserve." And that belief? It chips away at you, little by little, until one day you look in the mirror and barely recognize the person staring back. Sometimes you don't walk away to teach them a lesson. You walk away because you finally learned yours. Walking away isn't about revenge or making someone miss you. It's about reclaiming your energy, your time, and your self-worth. Silence, in this case, is your loudest statement. It's you refusing to engage in arguments that go nowhere, in trying to prove your worth to someone who can't see it, or in staying in a space that diminishes you. Now, walking away isn't easy. It's a form of grief. You'll miss what you hoped it could be, and you might second-guess yourself. So how do you find the courage to walk away? Start by getting honest with yourself. Ask, is this situation adding to my life, or is it taking away from it? Am I staying because I truly want to, or because I'm afraid of what happens if I leave? When the answer becomes clear, remind yourself that walking away isn't just about leaving something behind. It's about walking towards something better. So if you've been holding on to something that's breaking you instead of building you, this is your sign. Walk away. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever found freedom in walking away? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons on living with intention. Lesson 6. You're not for everyone, and that's a good thing. Here's a truth that will set you free. No matter how kind, talented, or loving you are, you won't be everyone's cup of tea. Some people won't get you, and others might even dislike you for no clear reason. But here's the thing. It's not your job to make everyone like you. It's your job to show up authentically and let the right people find you. The sooner you embrace this, the lighter you'll feel. Think about how much energy you've wasted trying to fit into someone else's mold. Maybe you watered yourself down to avoid conflict, played small so you wouldn't intimidate others, or said yes to things you hated just to keep the peace. But let me ask you this. In those moments, were you truly happy? Or were you just exhausted from pretending? You can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there will still be someone who hates peaches. Dieter von Teese. This quote hits because it's so true. No matter how much you try, you'll never be able to please everyone. And honestly, why would you want to? Think of it like this. The world is full of billions of people, each with their own preferences, values, and quirks. Here's where it gets interesting. When you stop chasing approval, you make room for genuine connection. The people who are meant to be in your life will love you for who you are, not who you're pretending to be. So how do you embrace this mindset? Start by letting go of the need to explain or justify yourself. If someone doesn't understand your choices, that's fine. They don't have to. Their opinion doesn't define you. Focus instead on the people who see you, appreciate you, and make you feel like you belong. If this resonates, share a moment when you stopped chasing approval and found freedom instead. Drop a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons like this. Let's celebrate being exactly who we are. Lesson 7. Your healing is your responsibility. Here's a truth that no one wants to hear. Healing is your job. It's not up to the person who hurt you, the people around you, or the world to make it better. It's on you. And while that might sound heavy at first, it's actually one of the most empowering realizations you can have. Let's break it down. When someone hurts you, it's natural to want an apology or some kind of closure. You might even wait around for them to acknowledge the pain they caused, thinking, once they apologize, I'll finally feel better. But what happens when that apology never comes? Are you going to stay stuck in your pain, giving them that much control over your life? Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Buddha. This quote hits hard because it's the truth. The longer you wait for someone else to fix what they broke, the more you poison your own peace. Healing doesn't come from their apology. It comes from your decision to move forward. It's not about forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It's about choosing not to let it define you anymore. Now I know what you're thinking. But why should I have to clean up a mess I didn't create? And you're right, it's not fair. But life often isn't. The reality is, the pain you feel is in your hands now, and you're the only one who can decide what to do with it. You can carry it around, letting it weigh you down, or you can begin the process of letting it go. So, if you're waiting for someone else to heal what they broke, stop waiting. Take the first step, no matter how small, and commit to your own growth. Drop a comment below. What's one thing you're doing to prioritize your healing? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons like this. Your healing is your journey, and it starts with you. Lesson 8. Stop waiting for the right time. Start now. How many times have you caught yourself saying, I'll do it when I'm ready, or I'll start when the time is right? It's such a comforting thought, isn't it? That mythical right time, where all the stars align, the fears melt away, and everything feels perfect. But here's the harsh truth. The right time doesn't exist. It's just an excuse we tell ourselves to delay the discomfort of starting. Let's get real for a second. What are you waiting for? To feel more confident? To have all the answers? To magically wake up one day with no doubts, fears, or obstacles? That day isn't coming. Growth doesn't come wrapped in a perfect moment. It comes in messy starts, shaky steps, and the courage to begin even when you're unsure. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Zig Ziglar. The truth is, the more you wait, the more time slips away. Weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. And suddenly, you're looking back and wondering why you didn't go for it when you had the chance. Waiting for the right time is like sitting at a green light, engine running, waiting for the road to be completely empty before you move. Guess what? Life doesn't work that way. The road will never be clear, and that's okay. Here's the shift. Instead of waiting for the right time, create your own momentum. Start small, but start now. Want to switch careers? Begin researching. Want to get healthier? Take a walk today. Action breeds confidence. Waiting breeds regret. So here's your challenge. What's one thing you've been putting off because you're waiting for the right time? Whatever it is, take the first step today. Drop a comment below and share your Start Now moment. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons that push you toward action. Your future self is waiting, and they're rooting for you to start right now. Lesson 8. Stop waiting for the right time. Start now. How many times have you caught yourself saying, "I'll do it when I'm ready," or "I'll start when the time is right"? It's such a comforting thought, isn't it? That mythical right time, where all the stars align, the fears melt away, and everything feels perfect. But here's the harsh truth. The right time doesn't exist. It's just an excuse we tell ourselves to delay the discomfort of starting. Let's get real for a second. What are you waiting for? To feel more confident? To have all the answers? To magically wake up one day with no doubts, fears, or obstacles? That day isn't coming. Growth doesn't come wrapped in a perfect moment. It comes in messy starts, shaky steps, and the courage to begin even when you're unsure. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Zig Ziglar. The truth is, the more you wait, the more time slips away. Weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. And suddenly, you're looking back and wondering why you didn't go for it when you had the chance. Waiting for the right time is like sitting at a green light, engine running, waiting for the road to be completely empty before you move. Guess what? Life doesn't work that way. The road will never be clear, and that's okay. Here's the shift. Instead of waiting for the right time, create your own momentum. Start small, but start now. Want to switch careers? Begin researching. Want to get healthier? Take a walk today. Action breeds confidence. Waiting breeds regret. So here's your challenge. What's one thing you've been putting off because you're waiting for the right time? Whatever it is, take the first step today. Drop a comment below and share your Start Now moment. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons that push you toward action. Your future self is waiting, and they're rooting for you to start right now. Lesson 9. Comparison is the thief of joy. Run your own race. We've all done it, scrolled through social media, looked at someone else's life and thought, why don't I have what they have? Why aren't I there yet? It's like a reflex, comparing where we are to where someone else is. But here's the truth. Comparison isn't just pointless, it's destructive. It robs you of happiness, breeds self-doubt, and blinds you to all the good things in your own life. Comparison is the thief of joy. Theodore Roosevelt. This quote is so simple, yet so profound. Every time you compare yourself to someone else, you're stealing joy from the present moment. Instead of appreciating your own journey, you're measuring it against someone else's highlight reel. And that's the catch. What you're seeing is rarely the full picture. People post their wins, not their struggles. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their best moments, and it's never a fair fight. Think about it. Do you really know what someone else went through to get where they are? Maybe their success came with sacrifices you wouldn't want to make. Maybe their relationship, that looks so perfect in photos, is falling apart behind closed doors. The truth is, you don't know their story, and you don't need to. What you need to focus on is your story. Here's the shift. Stop treating life like a competition. It's not a race to see who gets the promotion first, who buys a house, or who wins at life. Everyone's timeline is different because everyone's path is different. What's meant for you will come in its own time, not when someone else gets theirs. The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. If this speaks to you, share a time when you let go of comparison and embraced your own journey. Drop a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons like this. Remember, no one can be better at being you than you. Lesson 10. You can't pour from an empty cup. Prioritize yourself. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly put yourself first? Not in a selfish, me over everyone kind of way, but in a way that honored your needs, your energy, and your well-being. Self-care is not selfish. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. Eleanor Brown. Think of yourself as a battery. Every action you take, every responsibility you carry, drains your charge little by little. Now, imagine never recharging that battery. How long can you keep going before you crash? That's exactly what happens when you prioritize everyone else's needs over your own. You give, 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 until there's nothing left. But what if I told you that taking care of yourself is one of the most selfless things you can do? When you're rested, fulfilled, and at peace, you're able to show up for others in a way that's meaningful and sustainable. You're not giving them the scraps of your energy, you're giving them your best. So how do you start filling your own cup? First, let go of the guilt. Society might tell you that self-care is indulgent, but it's essential. You deserve to rest. You deserve to say no. You deserve to make time for the things that bring you joy. Second, identify what truly recharges you. For some, it's spending time alone. For others, it's connecting with loved ones, diving into a creative project, or even just going for a walk in nature. Whatever it is, make it a priority. Block out time for it the same way you'd schedule a meeting or an appointment, because your well-being is just as important. You owe yourself the love that you so freely give to others. If this resonates, drop a comment below. What's one way you'll prioritize yourself this week? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons like this. Remember, you deserve to be at the top of your own priority list. Lesson 11. The key to happiness is letting go of control. Here's something we all need to hear. You don't control as much as you think you do, and that's okay. We spend so much of our lives trying to micromanage everything: relationships, career paths, outcomes, even how people perceive us. But here's the thing, the tighter you grip, the more life slips through your fingers. Let's face it, control gives us a false sense of security. We think that if we can plan for every scenario, avoid every mistake, and anticipate every outcome, then we'll be safe. But life doesn't work that way. The truth is, no matter how carefully you plan, there will always be curveballs, unexpected events, changes, and people who don't act the way you hoped. And if your happiness depends on everything going exactly as you envisioned, you'll always be disappointed. You can't control the waves, but you can learn to surf. This quote is everything. Life is full of waves, some calm, some turbulent. Trying to control them is exhausting and impossible, but when you let go of that need and focus on adapting instead, you realize you can still find joy, even in the chaos. Happiness isn't about perfect conditions. It's about your ability to ride the ups and downs without losing yourself. Letting go of control doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you give up on your goals or stop putting effort into your relationships. It simply means you stop attaching your happiness to outcomes you can't guarantee. For example, you can't control how someone feels about you, but you can show up authentically and love them the best you can. You can't control whether you get that dream job, but you can put in the work and trust that what's meant for you will come. Letting go isn't easy, but it's freeing. It opens the door to peace, growth, and unexpected blessings. So what's one thing you need to let go of today? Share in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons like this. Life is unpredictable, but that's where its beauty lies. Let go and embrace the ride. Lesson 12. Your thoughts shape your reality. Choose them wisely. Have you ever stopped to listen to the voice in your head? You know, the one that's always running in the background, narrating your life. For some of us, that voice is encouraging and positive, but for many it's critical, full of doubt, and constantly pointing out what's wrong. Here's the thing, that inner dialogue, it's shaping your reality. The way you think directly impacts the way you experience life, so if you're not mindful of your thoughts, you could be sabotaging your own happiness without even realizing it. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Lao Tzu. This quote might sound dramatic, but it's true. Every thought you have is like a seed. The ones you water, whether they're positive or negative, grow into the actions, habits, and outcomes that define your life. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough, I always fail, nothing ever works out for me," guess what? Your brain will look for evidence to prove you right. It's called confirmation bias, and it's how our minds are wired. On the flip side, when you start planting positive, empowering thoughts, your brain shifts. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, you begin to see opportunities, solutions, and reasons to feel grateful. It's not magic, it's mindset. And changing your mindset changes everything. What's one thought you've been carrying that you need to change? Drop it in the comments, and let's flip the script together. Like and subscribe for more lessons like this. And remember, your mind is your most powerful tool. Use it to create the life you want. So here we are at the end of this journey. Well, not the end, really. Because the truth is, your journey is just beginning. Every lesson we've explored, every truth we've uncovered, has led to this moment. And now, the question is simple. What will you do with it? Here's the thing. Life? It's a game of choices. Every thought you choose, every boundary you set, every moment you decide to put yourself first, it all shapes the reality you wake up to tomorrow. But here's the surprise most people miss. Your mind is your greatest ally. It's not your circumstances, not other people, and not the obstacles in your way. It's your mind. Think about it. Your mind decides whether you see rejection as failure or redirection. Your mind sets the boundaries that teach others how to treat you. And your mind chooses whether you'll spend your energy wisely or let it drain into things that don't serve you. The body follows where the mind leads. So here's your challenge. Start seeing your mind as your most powerful tool, your most trusted compass. When you master your mind, you master your life. And if that idea doesn't shake you up in the best way, I don't know what will. Mind over body. Now, let's bring this full circle. I want to hear from you. In the comments, type mind over body if you're ready to take control, to shift your mindset, and to start living intentionally. Let this be your declaration, your reminder, your first step. And hey, don't just comment, engage. What's one shift you'll make starting today? One lesson that hit home for you? Let's get a conversation going because we're all here learning and growing together. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button if this spoke to you. It's not just a click, it's you saying, "Yes, I'm ready to show up for myself." And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next step in this journey. This is more than content, it's a community, and you belong here. Life is calling, my friend. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Are you ready to answer? Type mind over body below, and let's make the magic happen together.